Hello punters, it is Woodhead here from the Leg Up Australia. Week 13 in the NFL. It's a little bit of a different week this week. The Seppos have their Thanksgiving, so while they're stuffing their face with turkey, they love to watch football. The games can kind of be hit and miss. It's always the Cowboys. They love America's team, the Cowboys, but 3 decent games on, I reckon, tomorrow, and all betting games. So, so I think the first one, Queensland time, kicks off about 5:30, so you're going to have to get your bets on tonight. Maybe it's even earlier. But I'm going to tell you what games, what I like in each of the games, why I like it, and how I'm going to bet it. So I'm going to start with the first game, Chicago Bears at Detroit. The Lions were beaten by the Redskins last week, and the Bears beat the Giants. So the form coming into it, they played basically the last and second last place team. So you can't really get much out of that. As average as the Bears have been offensively this year, they're still ranked 4th defense. That's Khalil Mack and the rest of the crew. I think they win this off the back of their defense alone. The Lions let in 6 sacks last week against the Giants. So, like I said, it's a fairly simple stat. It's a hard game to bet in. I like 2 things in it. And firstly, I hate betting on Mitch Trubisky, the Chicago quarterback, because he is proper trash. So, regardless, I think the defense win this game for them. I'm going to bet the Bears -3, getting $1.86 for that. And I like the overs. The overs are plus 37.5, so it's a fairly low scoring overs. How I'm going to bet that is I'm actually going to place that bet tonight. Hopefully, when I wake up, I can catch the last half, the bet will resolve. Second game's on about 7:30. I can roll those winnings straight into it, so we kind of feed. You get the full multi. You get to do the same game multi with the Bears-Lions game, and get to feed into the rest of the multi. So second game is the 8-3 Bills against the 6-5 Cowboys in Dallas. This is actually going to be a very good game. It's number 3 defense with the Bills. Cowboys, surprisingly, have the number 1 offense in the competition. The Bills thumped Denver last week in Buffalo, so there's not really much to take out of that. Cowboys, I actually thought, ground out a fairly tough loss against New England. They're playing for very different motivations. I always like to look at this. The Bills have an 8-3 win-loss ratio, but they've kind of got a tagline with them that they haven't beat any decent opponent. Them beating Cowboys will kind of show that they are up for playoffs. The Cowboys, on the other hand, it looks like they're actually playing for their coach now. Their coach has been average for a long time, but he's a Cowboys man. Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys, has always backed him. He did have a few comments to make at the end of the New England loss. It is a shortish turnaround, but I think if the Cowboys lose here, which I don't think they will, by the way, if the Cowboys lose, I think we'll see Jeff Jarrett go as the coach. The only way they do lose is if the Bills kind of set 5 or 6 real defensive dogs at that D-line and just rush Dak every single snap. But I just don't think they have the stamina for that. I'm not taking... Sorry, that was the other point I made. If the Cowboys lose, they sit 6-6. The Eagles have Miami this week, which they're more than likely going to win. So that'll place them at 6-6. And then the Eagles have a better run home than the Cowboys. So they actually need this win to stay in playoff contention. At the moment, they're leading their division. But very, very easily, if they drop this game and probably one other, they won't be in the playoffs. So I think they're going to do that. They're going to get this win based off that. Do it for their coach, stay in contention for the playoffs. It's only $1.35. But we'll get a little bit more value in the next one to kind of prop it up. The next game is Saints at Falcons. There's a fairly interesting narrative towards this one because the Saints were flying. By the way, this NFC South is unbelievable. Doesn't matter where they're standing, they absolutely pound each other. So the Saints were flying last time they met the Falcons, which was only 3 weeks ago. They met them in New Orleans as well, so should have been an easy beat for them. I think they were the Saints were number 1 in the power rankings that week, and I think Atlanta were bottom 5, maybe bottom 4. Atlanta came out and put 26 on them and kept Drew Brees to 9 points, so 1 touchdown. The week after that, Atlanta came out against Carolina and beat them by 26. And then last week, they got beaten by the Buccaneers by 13 points. So I have to go with the Saints on this one. Surely they can't make this mistake twice. Now, in week 10, they came out and they did not respect their opponent. And Atlanta crushed them. I think that changes dramatically. I think the Saints win this. If they win this, they will probably clinch the NFC South. I can't see them coming out and making that mistake twice. I'm going to take Saints on the line, so it's -6.5 at $1.91. That multi, I've got no idea. I'll put it down the bottom. Like I said, I've told you how I'm going to bet it. I'm just going to bet that Bears game alone and then roll those winnings into Cowboys win, bets -6.5, Saints -6.5. That should be about $9 if that first game comes up. If you just want to throw them in the multi, I would just say Bears -3. Now, they opened the line at -3. I haven't got the date that I took this off Sportsbet. Like I said to you guys last week, you need to be betting with someone that will allow you to tease the line down. It opened at -3, and I think it's sitting at about -4.5 now. At $1.91 or $1.96, tease it back down to -3 because I think that's where it really should be at for the Bears game, that is. And yeah, look, let's start week 13 off with a win. We've done really well. I think I'm sitting at 80% for the last 2 weeks. We just need to string a little bit of a multi together. So bet this how you will. I've told you how I will. Good luck. Happy punting. Happy Thanksgiving Day. I don't think we celebrate that here, but regardless, But all I know is it's good football on a Friday. If you can work from home, that's nice. But yeah, good luck. Happy punting.